Hello, it's day 8. I'm coming to you from a little town called Sansol, and it is not Sansol. There is an awful lot of sol today. It was over 30 degrees, so a pretty hot day for walking. Started off the day in Estella. Had a really nice day in Estella. I would like to, I could have stayed there for an extra day because it was time to kind of relax and take a breath, and then you're on your way again. It's a little bit confusing leaving the city. It's a fairly large city, Estella. Walked several kilometers before we were kind of clear of the city and ended up in Orache, I believe is the name of the town, which is the place where you get to drink wine from your scallop shell. So they have a fountain there. There's water and wine, which is symbolic of Jesus's miracle of turning water into wine. And you can fill your scallop shell, and people were bringing cups and things. And there's a web camera, so you can actually watch it online. I think if you Googled Camino wine fountain, you'd probably get it. If I was more sophisticated and knew what I was doing with YouTube, I could probably put a little link there, but I don't know that, so I'm not going to bother. But it was kind of fun. It was just a fun thing to do, even though it was about 9 a.m. I only had 2 sips of wine, which was plenty. It was a beautiful start to the day. The weather was gorgeous. The path was pretty gentle. And somewhere after Erache, there was a choice to make. There's 2 paths. There's sort of the standard path, and then there's another path that apparently was about 1 kilometer shorter, but also shaded. So went for the shaded path. I'm not sure if it was the right choice, but it was the choice we made. Walked through the forest, which was beautiful and cool, just nice, and that's the way to do it. But then it started to go uphill, and there was a lot of uphilling. And there was only, it's about 18 kilometers, and there's only one village between Erache and Los Cabos, I think I can't remember, Los Locos was the name of the village we were heading to. Walked for a long time in the heat. I've got a pretty good sunburn. I don't know. Oh, yep, you can see the sunburn a little bit there. So got a sunburn. Along the way, there's a food truck to stop at, which was kind of magical. They call it the Pilgrim's Oasis, and Oasis it was. Really nice spot to stop, and you meet all sorts of people. Saw someone who we've kind of run into a few times, who we met in Bordeaux on day 1. And we've kind of run into her a few times, so that's kind of cool that you get to see the same people and over. And there was 3 guys there from Belfast, so chatted with them for a few minutes as well. There's people who are taking a horse tour through the Camino, probably about 15 of them, and we seem to be on the same path. So today we were overtaken by the horses, which is kind of cool. We walked through them a couple times too. Arrived at Los Locos, or whatever it's called, and couldn't find a room. We're both pretty beat, that was over 20 kilometers, and we jumped on a bus, so a little bit of a cheat, and went to the next town, which is called Sansol, which is cool because we got to come to here, which is super beautiful. There's people doing their laundry, but we have a gorgeous little private courtyard and lots of tables to sit at, and a little bar, so we're having chips and beer. And best part is that there's a little fountain, not a fountain, a little pool where you can soak your feet, and it is just ice cold, and it feels like absolute heaven. Downside, it's bunk beds, but Not going to complain because I get to soak my feet. And the guy who runs the place is named Ivan. So this is Albergue Sansol, we're saying it. Ivan it makes paella every evening. So tonight for dinner at 7 o'clock, paella, and there's kind of a setup for a bit of a band. So I think there'll be music tonight too. And that's going to be fun. Going to be some engaging and connecting with people. I wondered today, again, why am I doing this? And thought a lot about how, as humans, we challenge ourselves and push ourselves and our endurance. And why do we do that? I can't really answer to it, but I sort of thought, evolutionarily speaking, we must do it because if we push our endurance, then we know that we can endure. But as a woman who is 54 and 3/4 years old, I feel pretty damn proud that I've been able to endure. We hit the 100-kilometer mark sometime yesterday. I don't know where we're at now, probably about 130 kilometers in. And I'm pretty pleased. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.